ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Reality Bang. I'm RJ Yohann, your host for the session, and thank you for tuning in. That said, if you guys want to contribute to our topics or have anything to say or just want to tell us what an amazing job we're doing, you can reach out to us at 6364252164. Now let's jump right into it. Today's topic is the bonds of friendship. And we have two special guests for today. Guest number one and guest number two, who's sitting right here. So these guys are my brothers, not by blood, but by spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kaylan and Yousuf. Please introduce yourselves to the audience.
You
We'll start with you.
start with me. Okay, so guys, I'm Kaylan. I'm 17 at the moment. I guess you'll know me since I've been on the show quite a few times before. So I don't have much to say about myself, but yeah, Yusuf, you.
Hello, good afternoon, boys. I'm myself Yusuf for the first time with RJ Yohann, and I'm tuning with this bonds of friendships. Hi.
Okay, it's a pleasure to have both of you on the show. Now, for this edition of the Reality Bang, all three of us are going to have a discussion about this topic and give you guys a better understanding about this topic. So our very first question is now, these questions were sent in by viewers of the show, so we are going to be answering it to you guys. So our first question is now, what was your first impression of each other? So somebody's asking us this question. So we'll start with you, Kaylan.
Okay, so my first impression I'll start with Johan. So basically, I knew him from the age of 4 because basically he was my neighbor. And not that I have any impression on him, we basically were children at that time, so we just used to play around, and then I started getting used to him. We used to start gaming. We both used to go to each other's house. Then after that, what? Hot Wheels, all that. We were interested in cars, cycling. Although we never used to cycle around, but it was mostly gaming and playing with random things. Like we just used to make our own things, or we used to. Oh yeah, we also had this thing where we used to just buy guns and shoot each other. Have this.
Yeah, gun wars. Yeah.
Random gun wars in his house or on my house. So yeah, that's that. And then with Yusuf, though, after I moved out from my old lane where I was Johann's neighbor, I stayed there for at least I think I stayed there for 10 years. But after 4 years of living in that place, this new guy joined, and we were wondering who is he and all that. And then we found out that his name is Yusuf and all. And then one day we just one of our elder friends in the area invited us to play, invited him to play cricket since we were short with one member. And then after that, things just went from there, and we just became friends after how many years? I think I'm friends with him for 7 years right now. Friends with Yohann for right now. It's going to be 10 years. Yeah, it's going to be 10 years. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, your guys continue.
Yusuf, what was your impression of Kaylan and me? Your first impression? We'll start with Kaylan first.
Now, Kaylan, when we saw the first Kaylan, Kaylan told elder one called me to play. Yeah, even me, when I saw him, first I saw was a good boy with a good behavior, and was going good. I was talking about good behavior and a good boy. Then talking about RJ Yohann. Yeah, Yohann was like an elder boy something for me, like elder brother. And I was talking good boy, and we used to play cycles. We used to cycles and all. When cycles and we play Beyblades and all. We used to play Beyblades, the Beyblade battles and the Pokemon battles, the Pokemon cards. We used to play that and all. Weekly meetings, both of them. Pastly, yeah. When Kaylan told it was 10 years, and till 10 years we have been best friendships.
Yeah, now I'll start with Kaylan again. When I first saw him, I was like, dude, no offense, he was a pudgy dough. But seriously, dude, I would never imagine our friendship goes this long and this hard. It's so good. Right now, three of us all together, we are literally like glue. You cannot separate us. Nobody can. So, and regarding Yusuf, when we first saw him, I was like, okay, a new guy came to the area. So what do we do? First instinct, both Kaylan and I, we just looked at each other and we're like, yo, let's make him our friend. Literally, we had a discussion, and then later on we did approach him, and he was a very good person at the time. no bad habits, no nothing. Like he's a solid one. And right now, like both these guys, they're my real brothers. I'll say my real brothers. Of course, not by the same mom, but my brothers from another mother. Now, coming over to our second question. Now, what's the best thing we guys do as a group? Like the best thing about us as a group?
We have a same mindset.
Same mindset. Kaylan?
We don't have the same mindset. We have the same mindset. We like to do a lot of things which are very similar. For example, I'll start off with our best thing. We started off as cyclists. We used to roam on cycles everywhere, and now we have bikes. And the other thing is we are always focused on cash. So yeah, we always have that money mindset. We do not want to go to the poverty line of like being we have to depend on someone else. We want to stay independent. And the other thing we have as a group that we do is we love to travel. So you might see our stories randomly someday going for a tea to Nandi. So yeah, I'm not even going to talk about that.
Like,
So yeah,
not only
you
that,
you can be one of your.
like, not even that, like, let's talk about this. Like, if you ask me, whenever we actually do something, like, whenever we actually plan something,
Yeah.
we make it happen.
Yeah, we'll make it happen and we'll do it also.
Like, literally, like, we planned Goa, like, how many weeks? Like, 3
2
weeks?
3 weeks.
Two,
A month.
2 weeks.
A
And
month.
immediately, yeah, exactly. And immediately we actually made it happen. So of course, bad luck does hit us like at the very end, but dude, we make it happen. Like we say something, we actually make it happen. We try to make it happen as soon as possible. Like that's the one thing I love about our group. Now, another person asked like, what's our favorite memory together?
Favorite memory together. Our favorite memory, I'll say, was going to the swimming pool for the first time on cycles all the way to Fun World. Yeah, that was pretty hilarious because we cycled from our destination, which is pretty far, all the way to Fun World, which is like at least 8 kilometers.
No, it was much further than Fun World.
Yeah,
It was
it
around
was
8 kilometers.
and the best part is all of us had single-seater cycles and we were still taking our friends with us, so we had to make them sit on the front bar. It was damn hilarious to go, but one of the best memories to ever have. And we three were basically cycling with them because they were actually the smaller guys, so we took them to teach them swimming. So yeah, I'll say that was one of the best memories we had. And also the other best memory that I can say is the first time we went out together, all three of us. Again, was on cycles. We never had bikes that time.
True.
And we thought we were riding on bikes. So yeah, we were pedaling pretty fast, racing buses. For example, your guy there, RJ Yohann, drifting in front of a bus. Yeah,
Hey,
you can
we don't
continue
talk
from there,
about
bro.
that. We don't talk about that.
You can continue from there.
Okay, Yusuf, what was your favorite memory about us?
My favorite memory about was going to Goa. That was the best memory of my life. And you both of you gave me the best surprise of my life. The best surprise and the best memory of my life. Thank you both.
Hey, anytime. Like, see, like when we plan something, we make it happen.
Yeah.
And when we make it happen, we don't like think anything small. We make it grand.
Grand. Yeah, right.
And like if you ask my favorite memory, I say like it's with him. It's of him. So you remember when we got Goa, right? That final last night.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, Kaylan was a real character.
Different side of Kaylan.
A real different side. And that was the most fun I've ever had in like years. 21 years of my life. That was the most fun I've ever had. Now,
I mean, you're welcome to be entertained, you know.
That was the best entertaining.
And like coming over to our fourth question now, somebody asked us like, what's the one quote we three always live by? So this is the question now. What's the quote of the day?
Cash.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cash.
Now that's the quote we live by. Like no matter what, we always think like how to make more money. Like we are not satisfied with little. We always want to make it to the top. Like even once we're at the top, we just want to keep going.
That's a very favorite topic of us.
Exactly. Like anytime we go to any location, if you go to a restaurant or anything, and the waiter comes with a bill, and I always just ask these guys, like, what's the quote of the day?
Cash.
And they yell it cash. Like the whole restaurant starts looking at us. Like that was a really good one. Now, our fifth question is now, what are your biggest fears?
You started that, bro. Yo.
My biggest fear is I was losing you both. And I never want to lose you both, but that is my biggest fear of it.
It is very heart touching, bro. It's very heart touching. Hey, but
What yours, bro?
what about your kid?
I'll say again, losing you all too early in life. I don't want that. I want the bond to stay forever. So yeah, and nothing else other than that. Like no other fears. So yep.
Same.
Of course, that's my biggest fear, like losing both of y'all, because like losing both of y'all is worse than, losing anyone in my life, to be honest. Because you both have, like, been there since day one, and you have always supported me through everything, and like I'm extremely grateful for both of you all. And the second biggest fear is him. Whenever he gets into any relationship.
More than him, we'll get scared.
Yeah, we always like, okay, what's going to happen? Sometimes, I know we're a little bit evil, but sometimes we actually make bets with each other, like, okay, how many months is this going to last? How many months is that going to last?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also there. Can't say much about that because not all last very long, If you get what I'm saying.
We understand. We have been through everything of yours, bro. So we get it.
You know our bro codes.
Why?
But seriously though, you in a relationship is the biggest fear ever. Especially with all the snaps you keep on sending, like, don't. Now, what are our final thoughts? Like, do you have anything to say to the viewers? We'll start with you, Kaylan.
Final thoughts. I'll say, since it's about Friendship Day, know who you should be friends with. Like, don't choose random people to be friends with. Know the person.
Yeah.
Don't always keep your friend circle big. Keep it small. But even if you want to make it big, know the people very well. And yeah, like just know the value of the person and let them know how valuable you are to them as well. Don't just be in someone's life so they can use you.
Like
be
that.
there as a person to support them and get the support back. So yeah.
Oh, what are your closing thoughts?
My closing thought was focus on a career and don't lose your friendships on all. Who are close to you, don't lose them with a friendship.
Yeah.
And be good to them. See if they are good to you. That's see very well. Thank you.
Now, my closing thoughts would be like, I'll be honest, find brothers like these. Find brothers like these. Because they always have your back no matter what. Like, even, like, I'll be honest, like, I can take a bullet for these two.
Nice.
And even if I'm married or anything, just take a hypothetical situation. If I'm married, I'll take a bullet for these two. Because I know if I die, these two guys will take care of my family. They're not going to just leave them like that. They will take care. And that's the kind of friends you should have.
And we'll not leave you to take a bullet for us also.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Of course, like we three are always in it together, and always find yourself like brothers like this. It's always very good to have them. And that officially brings us to the end of today's program. Thank you guys for joining the show. A huge thank you to Kaylan and Yousuf for being here and providing your valuable input over here. And also a huge thank you to our listeners for tuning into this edition of the Reality Bang, your weekly dose of youth power, brought to you by FEBA Online. This is RJ Yohann. Hope you're having an amazing week, and I'll see you next Monday. God bless you.